So today's video is day 1 of 75 Hard. We started on August 1st. If anyone's interested in learning more about 75 Hard, you can go to www.75hard.com. We started with mangoes and nectarines. I had 6 mangoes and a nectarine before our workout. I like to cut them on either side of the seed, eat the pulp around the seed, and scoop out the deliciousness of each cheek of mango. I grabbed 2 more mangoes and enjoyed those before we headed out to the gym, while Nate made the taco meat for our taco salads that we plan to have in the evening up on Mount Charleston. So we blended up some sunflower seeds, jalapeno, some other ingredients, some spices, and got those onto a dehydrator tray. Then all we had to do was break apart the pieces so it became a crumble. Those trays went into the dehydrator and dehydrated for approximately an hour and a half to 2 hours at 115 degrees Fahrenheit. We also made a cashew sour cream. And a nacho cheese sauce. This one is so delicious. We love adding this on top of our taco salads. So we poured those both in jars, put them in the fridge to save for our trip. We then headed down for the first workout of the day, and for 75 Hard, it requires 2 workouts each 45 minutes. One of them has to be outside, so that was our first workout in the gym, and then we just went up to the top of our new place and enjoyed a little bit of time in the pool and sunshine. By the time we're done all of that, our taco meat is fully dehydrated and ready to pack up for our dinner. We decided to skip a salad for lunch and instead have a gigantic banana, date, cacao, maple, vanilla smoothie with a little bit of strawberries added as well. These smoothies fueled us for our lunch. They are some of my favorites. Then we made a mango, tomato, jalapeno salsa with green onion, cilantro, onion, garlic, and a whole bunch of spices. Nothing quite like a mango tomato salsa. Nate grabbed an ice pack and wrapped it in a cloth to keep our food cold, and we put it in one of our cooler bags that we got from Costco. Headed out towards Mount Charleston. The area is incredibly beautiful out here. We love the desert, we love the heat, and the nature here is incredible. Once we parked, we pulled up to the trailhead for Cathedral Rock, which is this one here. We're going to hike to the very, very, very top. And along the way, we got to enjoy the incredible nature. Mount Charleston is a great place to come if you want a little bit different nature than the desert. You can find flowers up here, there's lots of bees, there's tons of life, and on a really, really, really hot Vegas day, this is a great place to come to escape the heat because it's about 30 to 40 degrees cooler up in the mountains than it is in the valley. The hike was pretty intense. It's almost uphill the entire way. There are some places like here, which is a little flatter, with great views. But for the most part, it is pretty uphill and strenuous. The final part of the trail has a lot of rocky steps and can be quite difficult for those who aren't used to hiking a lot. Hiking poles would be very beneficial on this trail, and I would highly recommend them to help maneuver around the rocky trail on your way to the very, very tippy top of the mountain. And here's the rock face that we saw when we first started hiking. You can see that here in the picture. It's incredible to see things from such a different perspective within approximately 45 minutes of hiking. Once we finished enjoying our fill of the views, we headed back down, and the total amount of time for us was approximately 2 hours, but we stopped to film quite often. You could probably do it in an hour and a half, going up and down if you didn't stop a lot or spend time at the top. Once we got down, we drove to Kyle Canyon Campground, where we found a little picnic area to have our taco salads. We made little taco boats with some romaine lettuce. Here's our taco meat and the salsa that we would put in the bottom of our lettuce boats. So for these taco boats, we had the romaine lettuce, some sprouts. Nate made a guacamole, and we had our nacho cheese sauce and sour cream to go on top. Now, obviously, we had way more than what was pictured here. We just did this up for you guys to see how awesome raw taco boats can look. We made our own little ones after we ate all of these as well. So we did have a lot more than what's pictured here. But once we filled our bellies, we headed back home and enjoyed the sunset on the drive. Once home, it's time to get ready for bed, and I have been adding a nightly spa facial to my routine to go along with the 75 hard. I really want to include that more often. I use Eminence products for those who are curious. I put on this mask and then did a little bit of stretching on my yoga mat with Raja. And the last two things that we needed to do to finish up the day was to complete our 1 gallon of water and read 10 pages in a book. So I am reading Badass Habits. I'm finishing this one up, and then I will follow it by another one of her books because I love her writing style. So good night, Vegas. It's awesome to be here. We are having a wonderful time, and I hope you all enjoyed this day 1 of 75 hard. I won't be doing every single day, but I'm thinking of keeping up weekly updates on how we're doing with this challenge. If you want, you can watch more videos here on the right, or you can subscribe to my channel, and you can find all of our recipe books at payhip.com/rawfoodromance. Until next video, fruit on.